born from darkness, ain't gonna be released from it. Searching for death, dividing it, denied by the pain of living. That's where there's nothing but death, the pure taste of dying. Open your eyes to the darkness, worry to cut the heads of your enemies. To hell and back. To hell and back. The demons with the swords of fire come to hear their departure. We let the fire from the sky, burning and accept the disgrace that lies ahead. To hell and back. Abode of the dead. To hell and back. You taste death.
Hi guys to everyone, I'm Ada from Rock, and today I have the honor to have with me Guilherme from DIETH, as well known as a huge pillar of death metal from Interviews, and I think as well a lot of other projects. First of all, how are you?
I'm great. Today's a Saturday. I'm here in Poland.
Yeah,
I'm gonna meet the band tomorrow. So today's
Free
my
day.
day off to to relax a bit.
That's amazing. And of course, before starting speaking about this amazing, incredible band project, DIETH, I want to ask about you, like musician, because of course your talent is well known. How it started? So how you start to get in touch with the guitar and singing? I can say since your biography, we can say something like that.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's funny because I've said this in many interviews, and it's really cool when you get to a point in your life that it's like the stuff
Yeah.
you say. Like for example, I'm gonna give you a parallel example. Like
Yeah, sure.
I've been singing about death and dying all the time, and when you play like grindcore and
Yeah.
extreme death metal, you talk a lot about diseases and stuff.
Yeah, sure.
And when I was at the hospital with my friend that was dying,
Yeah.
I was talking to the guys on Entomb like, "Fuck, man, we're singing about this, and now it's real, you know."
Yeah.
And and with the instrument, it's a little bit funny because I nowadays I think I really got in peace with myself in terms of saying what I am. In fact, I'm an artist, you know.
Yeah.
So before starting playing guitar, I knew that I wanted to be like in a band or I don't know, man, painting or whatever, which
Yeah.
which didn't happen to be a painter, of course. But
Yeah.
and then I didn't want to play guitar, to be honest with you. I didn't choose an instrument and stuff,
sing,
but
yeah.
but I was a metalhead. And then when I said this story before to connect it to the new one, it's because when I saw Megadeth video for Holy Wars, and then
yeah.
I got the Rust in Peace album. This I was like, I don't know, man, 11, 12 years old. I was a really big fan of Black Sabbath back then, and it's still one of my favorite bands. And then at the end of the day, once I heard that album, I started to toy with the idea like, fuck, man, I want to be in a band and I want to play guitar, you know, like that. So
Like that.
yeah, but I started, I was a bit older, you know, like 15 or something, 16. And
but still a good age to start to learn.
yeah, and then I learned, and and it's because of Megadeth, Rust in Peace, that I think it was the last pump of gas in the ignition to start playing, you know. But what I say it's funny is that I told this story many times, and now I'm playing with Ellefson that he was on that record.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think it's a cool one to mention in an interview.
Yeah. And of course, because we will speak about that. These as well. They playing in this. We can say is his way of playing thrash metal as best player is one of the maybe the best in the scene as an icon.
Yeah.
Going in DIETH and putting that thrash experience. Of course, maybe you asked that as well before with that metal sound. It's something I think one of a kind. That's huge.
Yeah,
that's beautiful.
I think so too.
Yeah. So, and of course, the most common question: how DIETH join all together? I mean, three huge pillars and join in one pillar, so pillars became ones.
Yeah, actually, after LG passed, man, his funeral was a really
So,
intense experience for me for many reasons that we don't have to enter on this now. But after he died, I had a lot of stuff to do. I've decided to move from Sweden, and I decided to get my life. And so to say, like, man, when your car is going too fast and you turn it too fast too, and
it's rolling.
yeah, it's rolling, and then but I had to do that with my life. Now, looking now, I think I've done the right decision 2 years ago,
Yeah.
But once I got back home, I decided to quit music. I quit playing guitar for almost a year, and I wanted to do something else because after I don't know, man, after I put LG on that coffin and I saw that thing going down, I felt like death metal for me died with him. At least a part of the scene in my world back then, of course, died, man. It's like Motorhead.
Exactly.
It's like
it's like one icon
guys,
going away.
Yeah, man, these guys they are irreplaceable,
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Yeah, that's what I was saying yesterday.
Yeah, and then
the guy like the guy musician icon like Lemmy, I don't know, Randy Rhoads, Lars, Petrov are just like one of a kind. I don't want to say like speaking about death metal or just like I think Lemmy would probably hate me for saying that like Angels on Earth, but they're like one of a kind because they had this humble in them. They carry on all his life. I remember speaking with Lars some months prior, asking for an interview. He was so kind, telling me like once I will start to feel better, I will be happy to do the interview. And of course, when you read that was terrible. But people like them will never be forgotten. Never. But of course, like you said, the birth of that died, of the scene.
Yeah. A part of that died, and when you are so close to this, at the end of the day, you get sick as well, So to put that together, so I stopped playing. I tried to come back with my old band, and I've just realized that it was never good, It's trying to come back with your ex, man.
Well, those never work. Never use the. Never check the warm-up soup. Let's say it's not ever good. Yeah.
It comes with the same problems, but older, right?
Yeah. And bigger, maybe bigger.
Yeah, and bigger, most probably bigger. And then, well, then I was down in the hole, and I don't know, man, what was going on. That Omicron.
Yeah. Everything came all together.
Yeah, man. Then people were saying that the new vaccine was not going to work, and they were delaying gigs again. This was last year.
Yeah. We needed a fourth job. Yeah.
And then I got to a point I was like, I started to get a bit desperate, to be honest. I called some friends, and I had some songs to put out, and I got in touch with David due to a common friend, and I got in touch with Michał due to a common friend. But of course, man, when I told it was me, they heard about me. We've crossed each other's on festivals and stuff. So then when a common friend say, "Hey, this guy want to talk to you," of course I had that green light. And simple as that, I sent them the song in the Hall of the Hanging Serpents. They loved the song. Actually, their reaction was much better than I expected. And then I thought, like, oh, maybe there's something there. That it's not average, And then and then to record that song, I had to come back to play guitar. I was like, nah, man, let's do it well done. Let me do like a killer solo, record good rhythm guitars, and did the vocals, and then David sent the bass. Michał sent a really good drum tracks.
The drum is amazing. The drummer is a master. He's a master.
No, man, he's crazy. He's crazy perfectionist in a good way. And he uses only microphones, so we got a microphone sponsor that it's SC Electronics. We have to make some posts for that. The guys are
sure.
And that's how everything started, because after we finished this song, I remember that I played the master version of that first single. I played it in the car, And then I was listening super loud, and I thought like, fuck, man, I should message the
Super loud. That's how you have
say
to
that
heard that
yeah,
song. Super loud. That's
yeah,
true. That's true.
right. And then I messaged the guys like, hey guys, you know what? I have like 9 more songs like this. Let's do an album.
So
And David told me,
yeah,
yeah, David told me, like, man, can I call you on Sunday? I said, yeah. And then he called me, and we moved on, you know.
That's amazing. So basically, behind all the lyrics and the composing and the arrangement, maybe not the arrangement, but the composing and the lyrics, you are the one who wrote that lyrics as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
On that song, yes.
Yeah, because of course the first single that was released, I think it was June, around that June. It was, of course, in the Hall of the Hanging Serpent, which the title is amazing because I don't, even if you think about the title of the song, like it's a kind of, I don't know how to explain the title, because if I think about that, imagining, like picturing in a practical way or in a metaphorical way, how's the whole of this hanging serpent, it's something that me seems almost something like Bible from the Bible. But yeah, but it's I mean, I remember when I heard the first time the single that I was really, with the car stopped in the middle of the forest, put it out loud, and I was watching the video through my phone. I was like, who was this going on? Who's this band? Who's DIETH? What that? And that's amazing. So I want to ask you about the first single, of course, like I told you, the lyrics, because it's really powerful. It's huge. That's not something that you heard, like, okay, the first single, that's fine. That's something that's gonna stick and stay in the music for a long, long time. So what about that? Because it's as well the riff. You can say there is that metal. Yeah. You can say there is trash. You can say there is that trash. It's just
I think our whole intention with DIETH since the beginning is this one. It's to gather all we like to play, and to be ourselves, to play the way we do, and then make it sound in our own. Okay. And I'm pretty happy with the reaction of people, and your reaction is already something that I'm gonna take into my account here too, because everybody's saying the same thing in a good way. They're like, man, it's not death, it's not trash, it's not death trash, it's maybe it's in between, maybe, I don't know. And in this album, we've spread our wings a lot. I think people are going to be surprised because we have some other songs that sounds different, even from the singles you heard until now. So that's cool. And I think for the second album, maybe we could even get more into that. And lyric wise, I believe that these lyrics they're coming from our guts on this album, because I think that this album was a way for us to get out of a lot of man, to get back to life, fight your issues, fight depression, fight
the darkness,
man, I think we sometimes darkness can be a friend to you if you know how to
you have to hold it,
flip it around, and and I believe this album and these lyrics are about it, and the idea for the lyric for the Hall of the Hanging Serpents, you see that you can use all the metaphors there to politics, to your life, to your fake friends and stuff like that,
towards fake friends.
So that's it's pretty much that. I really like the first phrase in the song, that it's wash your hands in a bowl of blood, because I've got to a point that I had in the pandemic. I've lost some friends and stuff, and I've lost some. It was crazy, man. On the pandemic, when people got locked in, some started to drink, and I had some friends that died from the lockdown. They start to drink too much, and
or as well took in too many antidepressant, any benzodiazepine as well.
Exactly. And I was telling some friends, like, dude, what can we do to help? And many of them were telling me, like, man, what do you want me to do? What can I do? And I'm the kind of guy that I think, man, you can do a lot all the time if you want to. But if you're if you were the kind of person that you were always washing your hands, so you wash your hands in a bowl of blood, man,
and you move forward.
So it's about this.
And like you said, it's a huge message that you spread with that, especially because it wasn't only maybe personally for each one of you, maybe like coming back from a dark moment, dark period. But I think it was as well when it was released, let's say in June 2022, that in the summer that was like, musically speak, everywhere we just were tired about, like you said, the pandemic and all this shit, all the politics, and we went out. The festival was super full, the gigs again, all people outside. So basically, I think that it can be used as well for the people, because we were all in a dark spot for 2 years. We have been, so we went outside. So yeah, you did something that helped, I think, because it was at the right moment. Say, what the fuck, get out of your house, and just, if you get something, it will happen. If something has to happen, it don't happen if you're on inside home. It can happen even if you're in the shower. That made me think about Psycho.
And and I should congratulate David for this, because it was his attitude. He pushed the song. He pushed us to make a video together.
The video is funny. The video is well done.
My first idea was to make like a collab video, like with that screens on the like on YouTube everybody was doing. And David said like, no man, let's get together, let's make a video, let's be together, let's be a band. He said like, I'm not interested in projects or something, let's be true. And he pushed to release the song in July as well. He said like, no man, let's do something for people, let's do something new, let's put it out, let's see what happens. And I congratulate David for that, because he was right,
Yeah, and that's because the reaction as the video clip was released, that was from everyone. I was as well, for example, I was before just even reading the comment of the fans and the people, and there were people from bands, people from all over the world that said that something new, something fucking mad with super loud, to listen super loud, like new, we can say new songs, like I said before, something that you didn't heard yet, because it's not just noise or just death metal or just, it's like when you experience that pressure on your chest and then you release it, just you go out there. That's
and it's funny, if you check the rest of the album, you're gonna understand that much more. There's some lyrics there that if you I think there's some lyrics there that I'm talking to myself, to be honest. So
I mean, we can say that it's a kind of I'm just a naturopath, so I do therapies and stuff like that. Usually I use something like folk music, but as well sometimes you use metalist music as well to help people to put out what they have. This could be a healing album, really, like a journey to heal yourself. Maybe you can sell it to the psycho.
Wow, you already you got that. I like it. Thank you. That's great.
That's what I heard from, Perceive, from the first 2 singles, and as well because last couple of days ago was released to the Hell and Back.
Yeah, it's a week ago, I think.
Yeah, so basically it is I think maybe the same concept. So if you want to speak about that as well, because of course the video, it's beautiful. The video, it's literally beautiful.
Yeah, to Hell and Back, we have, it's funny because it's the name of the album, but it's the name of the song as well. And in this case, we can separate both things. That's why we even have like a cover for the single and the cover for the album.
For the album.
But to Hell and Back, it's well, of course, it's explicit there. It's to Hell and Back.
Okay, yeah.
But it's this healing journey. It's different from the Hall of the Hanging Serpents, but it's this journey of you being through hell and you come back. But the point is, it's different from heaven and hell. It's not that you have good and bad or evil. It's like you've been to hell, but once you're back, it doesn't mean that you're in heaven, man. You have to deal with the same stuff, but in a better condition.
Yeah, maybe with a different point of view, with a different attitude. Yeah.
With different attitude and stuff. So to Hell and Back, I think it's what describes our journeys as persons, as professional musicians. And sometimes done is better than perfectly done.
Yeah, and exactly.
You have to understand that you are enough on what you do, and that sometimes when people should not work on themselves, they try to destroy your life.
Have you ever thought to do a therapy, to be a therapist?
I've been reading a lot, and And then what happens is that that's true, man. And you fall, and you know, some people destroy other people's reputations and careers, and
Yeah, that's
all
not
of that. And
there's
we've
supposed
been
to
through
be
that.
unity. There's supposed to be unity all over the world. That's what people like.
Yeah.
For example, Lemmy or Lars were wanted, and they did it. Where they were,
Yeah.
And
if you see what happened with the other band members on Diet, too,
Yeah.
that they had some dark corners there. So I think that Hellenbeck symbolizes all of this, you know.
And I think that with DIETH, what happened, that of course we do not, it's the past, but what happened is that now they come back, and as well you like better than before, with more experience, and I think that's you can clearly see that each one of you has a different, and you can say, shades of being musician. And like we were speaking before about David Ellefson, I mean, he came from thrash metal background. Like we all know his amazing journey through the how he played the bass, and being in Dieth, he shows how fucking amazing he is. How can he move forward and push in a heavier sound? That's incredible. And all your vocals and your energy and the drums, that's something that doesn't have any.
And it's cool because David is singing a lot in this album as well.
Yeah, as well.
And
there is a ballad as well.
Push.
There is a ballad that he sang about a kind of love story.
Yeah, no, it's not.
It's not a love story. It's something like that.
No, it's funny because the ballad is about a funeral.
Okay.
And it's about when you lose someone, and you feel that hole inside yourself, that hole, like the emptiness, but then you fall into you dig your own hole as well, and you can't get out of that, and it takes time, and then it's trying to cope with that. But of course, that you can put that as when you lose someone because the person died, or because you lost a relationship or something, and then people could associate that with love, but it's about a funeral. And and we're gonna put some material.
The grieving,
it's the grieving. It's the grieving process. But we're gonna put some material out regarding that song, and I think everybody's gonna think it's about love. And
it's good that you're specifying that right now. No, but it's good because as well, a topic like death, generally music. For example, death metal scene or thrash metal scene, that you usually speak about, I don't know, politics, wars, I don't know, mental health issues, or just death, or I don't know, horror stuff. So you're speaking more about life, so the real side of life, and people that, like you said, like grieving someone that passed away, or someone that lost, it could be a friendship, anything, even a pet, I don't know, an animal, anything. And they maybe this, you try to put that away in a corner, because of course that creates you a trauma, but you face in it. And how many people, because of course not everyone can afford to go to a fancy therapist, some of us have to deal with the harsh truth of the society. That's what music helps us, when music helps us.
And I think this therapy path is great. It's great. If people want to do it, I totally support and I endorse that. But at the end of the day, man, you're not gonna fix your life through therapy. Sorry.
No, but your own.
It's the actions. It's the attitude. It's because if you let yourself get into darker and darker corners, and you rely on therapy for this, because it's gonna get to a point that you enter that vicious circle. Like everything is shit. You go to the therapist, you talk.
But it's like
you do the loop.
Yeah, it's like when they put you under benzodiazepine. I am a witness of that. Your circle. When you feel shit, you need them. When you feel shit, you need them. And once you are that circle, you will never be able to get rid of that until you don't choose by yourself, because 80% of the work is done by yourself. They can give you maybe some tool. You can be positive at. It's like go talking with a friend and have the positive attitude, but that's up to you. So see the grieving, feel it, because it's better to feel it, and then you let it go. But once you feel it, Yeah, so the work you
Yeah,
did with
yeah,
all the
sure,
album,
sure.
it's
I agree.
something, it's that really a journey through the darkness, embracing it, the darkness, and accepting it. And as well, not saying letting it go, but living with the awareness and knowledge that you can be okay, even in the shit period.
And
That's, yeah,
and that you can be okay if you fight back, and
yeah,
if you get that attitude, if you get that attitude of being the badass person, you know,
yeah, yeah,
like society is bullying you the whole
yeah.
time because you're
For
different.
everything, yeah.
Yeah, and at the end of the day, you have to accept that you're gifted. You're not different. You're gifted.
Right, I
And
like that. I
then
like that. I will still. Can I steal this quote?
yeah, you can
Thank you.
save it, and then
Yeah, you can
and
make it
then
like a new song. You are gifted.
yeah, and then you're gifted, and you have to get the badass attitude. You know, like
Yeah,
nobody's gonna mess with me anymore. And
exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
and I won't mess with people too. You know,
Of
because
course,
what
it's
goes around comes
mutual.
around.
Yeah, it's mutual.
Yeah, it's a mutual thing.
Yeah,
So
and regarding, of course, the composing and mastering, because of course you have to record all the album. So technically speaking, a little bit more about that. How went all the processing of recording, mastering, and editing the to the Hell and Back?
oh, also actually was fast. If you
Okay,
think time wise, especially
okay,
because we were in three different countries, but then we traveled together. It's a long story,
okay.
but the process was, man, was the process of every album. At the end of the day, you're getting crazy. Everything sounds the same, and you're like, I don't want to play guitar ever again.
But come on, the
Yeah,
results
but
are
it's
stunning. The results are stunning, and you
yeah,
see
yeah.
that as
But
well. Yeah.
no, but the result on this album is I'm super proud of this album. So it was great to do this one. And we had a gathering in Germany where David recorded a bass course
Okay.
for a channel there. And then we've done some parts of some songs together in the studio, which was really brilliant. And that's where we chosen the
Yeah.
ballad to be in the album, because we had like 3-4 more options of songs.
Yeah.
And then David checked that lyrics, and he told me like, dude, this is what we've been through. And
Yeah.
all this shit and funerals we have been, swinging around
Yeah.
from these past years. Yeah, I said, yeah. Then we threw the ballad there. So the process was great. We did it as a team, and
Very good.
yeah, and we it was great because nowadays Mihal, he can produce his own drums and record it, and I produce with him sometimes on the phone. Like I say, dude, let's do this, let's do that. I write some drums as well.
Yeah.
And the same thing with them. They were calling me, hey, I thought about this note on that guitar, on that song.
Of
And
course.
then I have my stuff that I produce myself too. So I went there and recorded everything I want.
I mean,
I had time to think about extra details.
yeah.
It was a lovely process, like David went on studio and he laid down his parts too. It was great, man. We guided each other.
But as well, because you are like professional musician with a long career at the back, so you are always aware how to use the experience of making an album. So you know everything about that. It's not like the first album we've got recorded. Like maybe I don't know which many album both of
and also we were also we were willing to cooperate with each other, to hear the other's idea.
That's beautiful.
Try it before you say before you put the guy down. It's what we were just talking about now, the album concept. People want to push you down all the time, and they do it with the little details, and you don't get it.
It's the great picture you have to look.
It's that little poking all the time that puts you down forever.
Yeah, but
and in this album we've decided this. Like, no, man, let's hear the other guy's idea. And maybe it's not that it's a shitty idea. Maybe it's not just good for this song now. So we can save that for. And it worked great, man. Worked great.
Yeah, and of course, just the album will be released in the 2nd of June, right? Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So there's some song. I mean, there will be released some other singles before the release of the album itself.
I believe we're gonna have 1 or 2 more singles out. I have to check the name.
Okay. And in your personal opinion, there's some song in the song that you recorded in the album that you feel really much closer to you. Like, I don't know, for personal reasons, for I don't know, even that you had fun to record, something that you.
Yeah, I have. Oh, actually, all the the song.
Yeah.
But there is one.
Okay.
There is one that I think it was fun because when you're making the album, you have to listen to the song on and on and on and on because you have to find the parts that are not And there's a song there called "Dead Inside."
Okay, yeah. Which is the seventh.
Yeah,
okay.
And that exactly. And that song, when I was here, sometimes I put it on my playlist here because I like the lyrics and it pushes me up. On that week that you're a little bit tired and stuff, and then I listen to the song and I'm like, yeah, vamos,
Let's go. Or in Italian, andiamo. Let's go.
Andiamo. So
yeah.
So Dead Inside, I think, it's a song that it's you're getting to my. You're getting on my shoulder here to hear it.
That's beautiful. I mean, of course, that probably, I think, would be as well, like you said, many people will associate that with their own life. And when you start the Monday, they usually people call like the Blue Monday. And that's a fucking another week to go to work. Let's put it dead inside and just move to the week the endless week when you're at the bottom, when you're in the weekend that you have a rough week. Just put something heavier to just move forward. So about, of course, the album being released, there's some current project that is going on. I mean, like about, I don't know, lives, like you said, releasing singles.
Yeah, I believe we do 2 more singles.
Okay.
Until the album is out. I have.
Okay.
Yeah, Napalm's taking care of that.
Yeah.
And then after the album, we do the summer festivals, and there's a tour being planned by our agents and management and stuff. Okay. So I hope this happens this year.
Okay.
In Europe. Let's see. I hope.
So other than the festival, there are, of course, that you're gonna play this summer. There's gonna planning as well a tour along. I don't know, the year or the next year.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. I think this year still, but I can't. Yeah, I can't confirm it now. It's with the.
Yeah.
It's with the agents and the guys. Yeah.
And for the the festival this summer, I know about Grass Pop because I saw about being on Grass Pop this summer.
Yeah.
And
we'll do Grass Pop.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do Grass Pop. We do Vagos in Portugal.
Yeah.
We're gonna do Fest in Czech Republic. We do Motoculture in France. And
cool. Yeah.
I think cool there's more stuff. Yeah, there's more stuff coming. I have to check there on the calendar.
Yeah, that's. I mean, and do you think? I mean, as of course you played in a lot of festival gigs and still to that. I mean, in your past and in your life, but coming out as DIETH in the stage, for example, in Grass Pop, which is I don't know many people is gonna be there, thousands. How do you feel there's gonna be expectation? Or you just go there playing and I don't know. Do you have some expectation about going there and play as DIETH?
Yeah, it's as I told you before, it's like we have so much stuff on the way right now that we're just on the action mode,
Yeah.
So
doing. Yeah.
Doing. But and Grass Pop is one of these actions, and for sure, that's going to be a good release for the band to start,
Yeah.
And it's starting the best way possible, and I'm really happy that we can get on these festivals and show our faces and put all of our first structure on a stage, be the band, put our scenario and play our songs, communicate with the fans, face to face.
Yeah.
Man, it's we're all tired of this digital and home office meetings and stuff. It gets to a point that I love social media. I love interacting with people and stuff, but I just miss being on a festival, man. And,
exactly.
Talk to people. Yeah, exactly. Look people in the eye, and
Yeah, the atmosphere that are in each festival. But when you're really tired, maybe you have the meet and greet with the fan or just playing. It's always something
Exactly.
better. Yeah, the festival is a little bit different than a small gig, and especially like, of course, like in your career, in your opinion, do you ever, for example, I don't know if you have a preference than playing a festival or on a small gigs, but what is maybe the difference that you experience in your career performing a big and a huge festival, and as well, for example, in a small venue or smaller venue?
Yeah, it always depends. It depends how small is the
Yeah,
venue as well.
yeah,
But
of course, of course.
what's fun about smaller gigs is that the people are here. You know,
In your face,
they're
yeah,
just in front
and
of you.
the way do,
Yeah, they are.
yeah,
It's so the amount of energy you change with them, it's big.
yeah,
And in a festival, you know, you can share this energy with thousands of people, and it's insane. I love it. I love it. It's great. It's something that sometimes when you're on stage there, you look at all that and you're like, fuck yeah, man.
yeah,
I love it. So
yeah,
it's the main difference, you know.
yeah. And there's been throughout your career some, I don't know, nice memory or some beautiful, funny memories, some, some memories that stuck with you for all these years of performing.
You mean on stage or
Yeah, on stage. It can be on stage or on touring or recording or just, I don't know, even a beer in after the fest, after the live, a moment of being a musician. Yeah.
no, the beers after the gigs section? I have 1,000 memorable stories, you know. So there's so many, man. There's so many. It's like
Yeah.
I don't know where to start with, and again nowadays we have to take care of which stories you tell people, but I don't know. I don't know, man. There's so many. Let me think. Uh, you know,
Just,
when I got out of Hellfest, we did a really great intense gig there back then. And I remember when I got out of the stage, I thought like, wow, I want to feel this 24 hours every day. And and it's dangerous. It's dangerous because then maybe you try to feel that in artificial ways, you know.
yeah.
Yeah, it's dangerous. But you know, I remember that gig a lot. Like when I got out of stage, man, the amount of adrenaline, the energy,
Yeah.
yeah. Then we went away with the Asphyx guys and had a lot of beers and you know, shots and
Just
was
enjoy and partying after, of course, is normal.
yeah, and
To release the adrenaline too.
we were proud to be there. We were doing some new stuff that were going well. So for example, this is a day that I
Yeah.
remember. You know.
That's good. And of course,
Yeah.
at Alfest, it's one of the biggest in Europe. So it's insane
Yeah,
the
yeah.
amount of people being there. It's completely insane. And of course, I mean, like, speaking about your influences, just go straight forward to more specific influences. Just let's say just 5 albums or five are just, it's gonna be better with the albums of band musician that really formed you as a human being and as well as a musician.
Yeah, I mean like maybe 5 artists is always
Okay.
easier than five albums, but I would say like guitar wise I would go with you know, Hendrix
Yeah.
and Iommi
Okay.
and of course man, Marty Friedman still plays a big role in my playing. I
Yeah.
really love his expression as a
Yeah.
guitarist, you know. His expressions and when you're playing an instrument, when you're choosing notes
Yeah.
and chords, usually you choose that notes that they get to your head and
Yeah.
you love it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and Marty's style, it really fits all the stuff that I love how to sound like.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I would say Marty Friedman and Megadeth, of course. Tony Iommi, Hendrix, Malmsteen, you know, like Inky, he played a huge role in my life, in
You.
my career. Yeah, and then Slayer, of course, you know, Slayer,
Yeah.
Pantera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so
That's fancy.
yeah, I think they formed this whole thing, you know, like classic rock stuff,
Yeah.
Sabbath, and then when you enter the more extreme territory, you go from Megadeth, Slayer, Pantera up, you know,
Yes. Exactly.
Metallica, of course.
Yes. Yes. Of course. And of course, if we want, because like we said, DIETH is not kind of, you can say like a genre, or because it's a meeting, is a union of I don't know, different shades of music. But if you want to really describe DIETH as one word, with one word, which would you
Ooh.
choose?
Oh, that's difficult. That's difficult. But
There's always a tricky question.
yeah, but you mean like a word that describes us or that describes the music?
One for the music and one for all of the band. So two
Yeah,
words.
musically we're metal, metal,
Okay,
period. And
that's good.
yeah, and I said this in an interview I gave to Sweden Rock magazine these days, that it's the advantages of being starting all over again and doing something new is that if we want to release a new album, playing whatever, we have the freedom to do that because nobody
Yeah.
is expecting something from us. It's
Yeah,
different from when you have established solid career
exactly.
like AC/DC. Fans want their albums to sound like AC/DC.
Yeah.
So we don't have that. We can experiment if we feel like. For more extreme or less extreme, then we will decide. And then the name DIETH, David came with this name. He came up with this name from a poem from the Shakespearean era. There's like, all those shall dieth, and I think this phrase is on the Bible, maybe somewhere as well. And dieth is the one that will die. And the concept for the band is that you have to die inside yourself, and you have to die in your own life to be able to be born and to give birth to something new. To reborn again, you have to die.
That's a.
You just go up if you hit rock bottom.
Yeah, because it's so basically it's like really like an impact sound of diet that which have impact sound really strong when you feel it, energizing, but at the same time so deep. That's something that you never saw like it with a kind of extreme music, but at the same time as a deep meaning, which can be associated, sometimes to the owl bands, for example, or I don't know, gothic, which is deep meaning about life. So that's something new in the music. So that's why DIETH is one of a kind. There were no one before like DIETH. So it's not even too bad about it because it's what is actually happening. And of course, before ending the interview, I wanted to ask you, like you said, there are a lot of people out there. Maybe they want to start a band, or maybe they broke up with a band and want to start a new band again, or a period. As a person who experienced a lot of good things and bad stuff as well, and now you are in a project just put yourself again in, we could say, put yourself again in there and go straight forward. What kind of advice would you give to these people as well?
Don't lie to yourself. That's the first and only advice. Okay. You can lie to others forever. That's not a problem. You just can't lie to yourself.
That's true.
Don't lie to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. Find a real reason why you're doing this.
That's true.
And yeah, and then you're gonna see that most probably your whole life you're just lying to your own self. So look in the mirror.
That's what I was saying. Just look in your mirror at your eyes and just
say the truth. And say the truth, man. Say the truth and face it.
I don't give up about the criticism outside, because everyone will be all the time criticized, even just for having an air conditioner in the room right now. It's, for example, you will be criticized all the time. And
being criticized maybe is the first sign of success, no?
Yeah, so, probably, yeah. Any bad advertising is always advertising, they used to say in the commercial world. So, So what I can say, Guilherme, really thank you for sharing all your opinion and as well, I can say, experience to arrive to become as DIETH. And
thank you.
I'm really happy about it, and I wish you really to be. I know that's gonna be a fucking success. It doesn't. I mean, even I don't have to say I wish, but that's why I wish you the best for the band, and probably I'll be a grass pop for sure in Europe, and maybe I will eat you there and have a beer after the gigs.
Okay.
So next time in the interview.
Yeah, great. Also do that. We keep in touch, and I hope I see
always
around Graspop then.
Yeah, of course. Thank you so much. Have a nice Sunday.
Right.
Sunday, sure. Saturday. Fuck. My mind's fuck off.
Great. No worries. So I'll see you around. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you very much for your time.
Bye. Thank you.